Hi, my name is Michael Knipp, and I'm here to do the Library Loves tag. I was tagged by Opalescent, Opal over at her channel, and this is a fun one because it's a shout out to your library. And I love my library. I've loved my libraries always growing up. It's a great tool. If you're not utilizing one, you should be. Even if you don't like going to the library or getting physical books, with Libby or Overdrive, there is a lot of digital options available for you to utilize your library. That's a good way to save money and get to read lots of awesome books. I'm going to link Opal's video down below. You should check it out. It's great. Her channel is awesome. She does a lot of music stuff lately with her channel as well as books. It's really cool, and she has a great fun vibe. Go subscribe to her. Prompt number 1. When did you first go to the library or get a library card? I don't remember how old I was. I want to say I was whatever age someone would read the Encyclopedia Brown books, so somewhere in the middle grade, or maybe younger than that. I don't remember. My dad was in the Air Force, and so I was able to use my ID card, the military ID card that I had for being a dependent, to go to the base library. And then also we went to our city's local library as well. We had to pay to get a card there because we didn't live technically in the city. It's a whole thing. But I used those two libraries growing up a lot. 2. How often do you go to your library? These days, it mostly depends. I use my digital library a lot more than I go to the library, but I live in a small town with a very small library, but with very awesome dedicated staff, and they get a lot of good books right away, and no one ever checks them out. Last year, any of the top books on Goodreads, like the #1 winners of Goodreads, were pretty much available in that library all year round. I got the toll. It had never been checked out ever when I got it. The physical copy at my library had been sitting at the display in front of the YA section as a new book. It had never been checked out ever, maybe like a month after it came out. That's kind of the same with all of the major books that came out last year. They're all in the new section. Whoever is working that place is awesome, and kudos to them for being able to get the right selections, but nobody reads them, and I feel bad. That being said, I don't go that often. It's too tempting to get a bunch of books and it throws off my TBR. I wish I used it more. 3. Have you ever had a late or lost library book? Absolutely, I've had a late library book, especially when I was a child. I couldn't even drive to the library by myself. Yeah, I've had late library books. Have I ever lost one, like permanently? No. One time, our local library thought that we lost a book, but then we found it on the shelf there and they fixed it. It was all fine. 4. What's your favorite thing about your library? Like I said, I probably should have not spoken too much in that previous question. I love that the staff is so dedicated and able to get all the new important books, and they're always available. And I guess it makes me a little sad that no one reads them, but it's awesome that I can, and no one's checked them out yet. 5. Are you a browser or do you plan what you check out? A little bit of both. I know what books are in my brain because I watch a buttload of YouTube videos, BookTube specifically. And so there's a lot of books that I am subconsciously aware of, and if I find them on the shelf, I'm really tempted to just pick them up and check them out right away. Same goes if I go to a used bookstore or especially a thrift store, because those are really cheap. But at the library, a lot of times I will go with something in mind, especially at this point where we have kids and it's harder to just drop in. I'll go in with one book in mind and usually come out with sometimes more. 6. Name a book you took a chance on from the library. One of my favorite books of last year, Daisy Jones and the Six. I had no idea what I was going to think about that book. When I read the summary, I thought it could be potentially interesting. I thought it could also be something that didn't resonate with me at all. I got it from my library through Libby, and it was amazing. And you can go check out my review for that video and see how much I liked it. You should please go check out that video. It's one of my favorite ones that I've done. And I made it back before I had as many subscribers as I have now. 7. What is the best book you have read from your library? That is a ridiculously difficult question. Lately, Dark Matter. I got that physically from my library. You could probably also say that the Redwall series, I read most of those books when I was a kid, and I got all of those from the library, and those were really big for me when I was there. I'm sure I had favorites back then. I know Mossflower is a great one, but there's also other really good ones. That's a really hard question. 8. Have you ever taken the same book out multiple times? Yeah, I'm sure it's happened a lot of different times, but most recently, the final book in the Inheritance cycle, I think it's called Inheritance. I tried reading that book before I was fully back into reading. Got about halfway done, didn't finish it, renewed it, got a little bit further, but not enough to really count. Dropped it, eventually got it again, and then finished it. So yeah, inheritance. 9, have you ever read a good book set in a library? Not that I know of. I'm sure that I'm forgetting something. I know in a lot of fantasy books, wizards will hang out in the library. I'm not coming up with anything off the top of my head. I don't think so. 10, have you ever used your library's audio and ebook options? Absolutely, all the time. You should look into that yourself if you are not already utilizing that. It is a free way to get books that's super awesome and super easy. Go do that. 11, which is the best library you've ever been to? I've never been to a big or fancy library. I don't know. I live in Nebraska, so the Bellevue Public Library is my favorite library that I've ever been to. I have so much nostalgia for going there. I've spent countless number of hours there. I went to some of the children's programs there when I was a kid. I was in puppet shows there when I was a kid. I saw puppet shows when I love that Bellevue Public Library. A lot of my childhood is wrapped around that building. 12, what would make you use your local library more? As far as going into the place, I really don't have anything that's holding me back. I do wish, of course, the ebook options sometimes had more copies available. I don't know what the licensing is for that. I would be willing to donate more to my library for that kind of option. But our local libraries are actually pretty awesome, and so I don't have any complaints with them. I don't think there's anything they could do that would really make me more pulled to go there than I already am. And that concludes the tag. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you, Opal, for tagging me. And now I'm going to tag some channels that I've been watching that I want you to go check out as well. First up, Chrissy at Chrissy the Whimsy. Go watch her channel. She's great. She does book reviews. She likes to talk about art. She likes to review tea. She has a super great vibe and aura, and I love to watch her videos. They're just so comforting and chill. The videos that she does with her husband are also just amazing and cute. Go subscribe to Chrissy the Whimsy, but also consider yourself tagged. Next up, Ramsey over at Rajathon. I think that's how you pronounce your channel name. He's a gamer. We both like fantasy and sci-fi. You should go check out his channel. If you like fantasy especially, he loves the Wheel of Time. He recently also participated in the Narnia read-along that Faye from Mystery Day with the Book did. Go check out my video for the wrap-up there, but also go check out his videos because he's doing wrap-ups of every 2 books I believe that he reads in that series. Ramsey, consider yourself tagged. Next, Sarah from Sarah Hearts Books. I know that she loves to use her library just like I do, and so if you haven't already subscribed to her, you definitely should. She's been getting a lot of subscribers lately. I've been seeing a lot more people talking about her channel lately, and there is very good reason for that. She has an awesome personality and a funny demeanor that is just great to watch and encouraging, and she can talk about books that I don't like, and it's still interesting. She's a very good booktuber and a very fun member of the community. I tag you, Sarah. And last but certainly not least, I tag Melanie over at Melanie Frenchy Reader, French booktuber who makes videos in English. She is great. She loves reading. She's very passionate about the books that she's reading. She's doing a lot of Sanderson reads right now, which of course matches what I am really into right now with The Way of Kings being my favorite book ever. But you should go check out her channel. She does not have enough subs. She is great to watch and listen to. She reads a variety of books, not just fantasy. So don't get turned off by that. Please go subscribe to her channel. She deserves more subscribers. Consider yourself tagged. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe appropriately if you haven't already. If you're still here, please comment down below the most recent book you've got from your library. I want to hear from you guys. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
And that is, I never get enough sleep. Sleep, no, I never get enough. Always looking out tired. Sleep, no, I never get enough. If I don't show up, I might get fired. Sleep, no, I never get enough.